Welcome to the North American Game Bird Association's live stream presentation, Game Bird Spotlight. I have with me today Rob Sexton, who's joining me, our executive director, and we're talking about an exciting idea that is my dream and a goal that I had as president, that we would have a hunting club conference, because on a whole, those are the folks that we haven't served as well as we could. And so last year we had our first hunting club conference, and our second annual hunting club conference is coming up in July at Manhattan, Kansas. Rob, why don't you tell us some of the details here?
Sure. So July 17th through the 19th, I suppose that's the most important detail, in Manhattan, Kansas, the Little Apple, they call it, I suppose. Uh, and Manhattan, Kansas is right on the doorstep of Kansas State University. So the convention committee felt that having it next to Kansas State would be especially helpful to hunting clubs because, of course, that's a university that has a major degree program for people who are studying to work at hunting clubs or otherwise game bird businesses.
Right, I believe it's called the Wildlife Outdoor Enterprises and Shooting, and I lose it somewhere in there.
So it's Wildlife Outdoor Enterprise Management degree program.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a very good program, 4 years. I think their thought was it validates this as a solid educational track for people involved in our industry. And it's a great program. We're really glad that we're right next door to them.
Yeah.
So we have reservations. We're using the Bluemont Hotel. And I like that because with my last name, Ballou, it's kind of like, hey, that's my hotel.
Like
All right.
Hotel.
On that, we can encourage our folks to register. We're in our early bird pricing right now of $350 for the convention, which includes not only seminars, but all the meals from Monday night through Wednesday noon. So let's see, that June 1st pricing changes. The early bird pricing changes to our regular pricing as of June 1st, which, it's a substantial jump. So that, and also we have a special student rate for special students who are parts of those kind of programs. So we have Kansas State, and we know that we have one other. And help me out with that one. Down in Alabama.
Yes, that'd be Auburn University also has a similar program. And so we're offering a special student rate of $150. So that's $200 discount off of the standard rate. That basically covers the cost of meals. And students can come and be a part of this program. And for our hunting club attendees, this is a chance to meet potential future employees, potential interns, and of course for the students gives you a chance to show off your stuff perhaps in some of the best and most reputable hunting clubs around the United States. So we're excited to include the students in this second conference, and we hope that we'll get a good response.
That's wonderful. Right. Okay, so what's going on with this conference? We have an agenda that's coming out very soon, I think.
Yeah, so the agenda was just posted online. Most people by now, if you're part of NAGA, should have seen the email blast on it. But the agenda has been published. I would say it's about 90% complete at this point. You've always got a couple loose ends to tie up with any agenda, but boy, this one's really rounding out nice. And one thing that I think anybody who is part of a hunting club should know is this agenda was designed by folks like you. So our hunting club conference committee is primarily made up of people who own and work at hunting preserves. And they gave us a list of their best ideas. And then the group evaluated them. And the ones that you'll see on this agenda, those are the top vote getters. And so this is a conference designed for you, by you, and we hope that you'll take advantage of it.
All right. So across the bottom is scrolling our website, NorthAmericanGameBird.com. Not only can you join if you're not a member, but you can go there and register both for the conference itself and get your link to the hotel to get those reservations. It's nice when you register early, because I believe, do they get a discount if they register early besides the hunt club? What about the motel? Is there a discount, or is there a limited time that they can register and know for sure they've gotten the room?
So there's no break on the price to register early, but you just make sure that you get your room, because it's not a very big hotel. It's a nice new hotel. But in terms of the amount of space, I think, if you're registering for the conference, you should get your room at the same time. The website allows for that. It also provides information on anyone who would like to be an exhibitor, because we're going to have an exhibitor area throughout the conference for folks who want to be in front of the hunting club industry. And then, of course, there's also information on sponsorships for anybody who would like to be a sponsor of the second conference. You can also do that, find information on that at www.northamericangamebird.com.
All right. Tell me about just one of the seminars that we've got coming. What one makes us really excited?
Well, so one of the, maybe the top vote getter, were topics that involved knowing how to use social media and digital marketing to reach audiences and to reach people through, of course, this growing media that people use, especially the young folks, being social and digital media. So we have a presenter. In fact, this presenter is also connected with our title sponsor, our largest sponsor of the conference. That is the National Shooting Sports Foundation, which is the Firearm Industry Trade Association, right? So Mr. Justin Morrissey is the person for that organization that runs all of their social media and digital campaigns. And he's going to show our folks how to use social media to grow their market share, how to run digital campaigns, how to see some return on investment on that stuff, right? Because I think a lot of people see that as, I don't know if I can quantify it. You see stats like how many people clicked on it or how many people saw it, but how does that translate into dollars? Well, Justin Morrissey is going to help us figure that out. And that was one of the top vote getters among hunting preserves for this conference.
That's awesome. All right. Well, Rob, any last minute things that you want to pop in here to remind our viewers about?
Well, maybe just a couple other topics just to kind of tease folks, right? So staying with the digital stuff, right? Our second largest sponsor, Romeo Bravo Software, is a company that helps hunting clubs and other lodges smooth out their operation with basically online booking services, right? It's sort of a hospitality service. And they're going to do a presentation on how to do that very thing, how to be more efficient, how to maintain and hold on to your customers, and how to stay in touch with them. And so I think that presentation by Romeo Bravo Software is going to be another one that people are really going to like. So we're not going to be all digital and online and computer stuff, but those were among the top vote getters. So I think we're very excited about that. If you head to the sort of more ominous type stuff, avian influenza continues to be the major topic in the game bird industry, and we're going to have two presentations on that. One, to just talk to our hunting preserve folks about the basic transmission of the disease, because this past year a lot of our hunting preserve friends found out that it's a problem for them just like it is for our bird producers, and the more the better chance you have to prevent it. And then we'll have a panel discussion featuring 3 hunting clubs that were impacted this past year. And they'll talk to our attendees about how they got through it.
Right.
The testing they had to do, the quarantines, their supply chain issues, all of the challenges that they had. Folks are going to get to hear about that. So I think that's going to be a really useful part of the conference that I think you won't want to miss. I think also we've had demand over the years for help for folks who want to operate their own pro shop. And so we've got a presentation called Growing Your Retail Footprint. It comes highly recommended, and they're going to be a part of our agenda also. So that's just a sample. I think we've talked about 6 of the presentations so far in this live stream. That is maybe a little over a third. I think we're going to have 15 total presentations across the 3 days, but it won't all be business. We'll have a lot of downtime, friendly time, hospitality time where you'll get to network with your folks who are, go through the same kind of challenges you do. So,
and I think that's one of the best pluses of any of these seminars is that one-to-one, a lot of times it's the conversation in the hallway or in the hospitality room that gives you that idea that you take home and you implement.
That's right. Last year, every night we wound up with a hospitality area we called Fire by the Lake because we had a little fire pit down by the lake there at Deer Creek, Ohio. This year, it will be hospitality in the President's Suite. The president won't be there unless you're there, Peg.
Oh, well.
But that's where we'll do our hospitality. It's going to be some posh digs to hang around, but bottom line is it'll be a place to unwind and do exactly what you said, which is talk with your folks who can, relate to the challenges that you have before you.
Yes. And that through the years has been the biggest takeaway that we have had. The ideas that people share that may not be the focus of the seminar, it may not be the intended message, but that extra little bit that we take home and implement, or some new thing, some new product, some new person that we meet that makes the convention great for us.
Yeah, at the end of last year's event, we did a survey to ask folks to give us evaluations so we could do better the second year. We asked folks for their favorite things. And, we got lots of feedback on the agenda, but Fire by the Lake came back predominantly from people as something they really valued.
Yes.
And mainly for the networking time that you just spoke about and the chance to relax in a informal atmosphere. And I think we're going to be able to provide that same opportunity this year.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, Rob, we want to thank our viewers for tuning in. I want to thank you for the information that you've given. And any last minute, anything else you want to pop in here?
Well, I think just get online and register, right? You got a chance to make this conference a success. We're well on our way. Attendance wise, we're doing pretty good. Sponsor wise, we're doing great. Exhibitor booth wise, we're doing pretty good. So we're off to a great start. The only thing missing is you. So if you have not registered, get online and do that. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot us a note. I can be reached at rob@NorthAmericanGameBird.com.
And there it is, scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Okay. It's nice. Our website is up and operational. You don't have to email Rob to register. Go to the website. But if you do have questions, concerns, want to be a sponsor, want to be a, display your wares, then there's a number or an email to contact.
Absolutely.
All right. Wonderful. Well, thank you for being with us. I'm going to take you out of the picture. We're going to wrap it up here. Thank you again, viewers, for tuning in to Gamebird Spotlight. We'll see you hopefully at the convention.